So, hey guys, I haven't been here for a while, but I recently went to Virginia and I saw one of my favorite authors with his dogs Max and Tucker, and he started a recycling club, a recycling program, and this video is going to teach you all about it. But remember, paper is not trash, resources.
I started it by asking some friends if they were interested, and then I put out a Facebook post asking for people to join up, and I created a web page for people to fill out the registration form and so they could get information. That's how I started it. We have 29 households that are participating. I don't pick up trash. I pick up recycling. I pick up resources. And the type of recycling we pick up right now is glass, metal, food storage containers like Tupperware and Gladware. Have you ever had leftovers and mom puts them in a little plastic thing with a lid on it and it goes in the fridge? Well, some of them are big, some of them are small, but those types, ink and toner cartridges for a printer, you know, when you have a printer and it has the little ink cartridges, maybe, and plastic film. The last thing is plastic film. Plastic film is like grocery bags. If you buy grocery bags, it's also bubble wrap. So this is plastic film, bubble wrap, grocery bags, bread bags if you buy bread from the store, dry cleaning bags. Let's see, is that a receipt in there? Maybe. If it is, it's not supposed to be. Nope, that's another type of bag. That's a mailing bag. And so we collect plastic films. The receipts go into the mixed paper recycling, and they recycle mixed paper. They turn it into new paper. We keep hundreds of pounds of materials out of the landfill and move it to places where it can be reused again. So you're not using up like where? So we take glass and we move it to the county municipal site. That's kind of like that's the county's land transfer station. That's where they collect all different sorts of stuff. And so I collect the glass from 29 households and I bring it to this transfer station. And there they use it in projects that help, like construction projects when they're building roads and stuff. They take the glass and they put it down before they put the road on top of it. You don't get that? Okay, because if you put road right on top of hard soil, the water doesn't seep through. And so they crush up all the glass, they make it into little pieces, and then they put it underneath road surfaces or construction buildings so that when water comes on it, it'll seep through the glass.
How do you separate the recycling stuff?
Right now I'm sorting it by hand, meaning I put everything into the back of my pickup truck, and then that truck right there, and when I get it home, I take it and I put it in the correct bin that it goes in. Now, some people that are part of the recycling program, they're sorting the stuff for me. So they'll put all of their plastic in one bag, and they'll put all of their tin cans in another bag, and all their glass in another bag. That helps.
You have to find some cool recycling items.
I do. I find a lot of cool stuff. Now, when I collect stuff from people's houses, the cool stuff, it's like tin cans. You know why that's cool? Because that's money. They turn that in and you get paid for it because they turn this back into new cans. The metal is really cool. Big batteries, like car batteries, those are worth money too. So I can turn those in and get, I get some, it's a little bit of money, but it's still some. Sometimes I find really cool stuff when I'm out in the woods and I'm just taking Max and Tucker out for a little run in the woods, and I find really cool stuff. This bottle is from 1920. That's 101 years ago.
Why would they throw it out?
Well, back during that time, they didn't have trash service. They didn't have landfills. They didn't have garbage trucks. So what they did was they threw it out in the backyard. And so I found this, and you know why this is really cool? Can you read what it says there? Mellon's Food. And do you know what Mellon's Food was in 1920? It was baby formula. Mellon's Food made powdered baby formula in the early 1900s. And this bottle was found by a work farm for young mothers and their new babies right here in this local area.
How much have you collected so far?
We have collected over 1,200 pounds of recyclable material.
How do Max and Tucker go?
Max and Tucker offer moral support right now. That, and they go with me into the woods when I look for litter to pick up. Sometimes they drive with me when I go on the route to pick up stuff from people's houses. They'll sit in the front seat and they'll bark at squirrels and other dogs as we drive past.
How can I help?
Well, I noticed when I read your questions that you asked about trash a lot, right? We don't collect trash. We collect resources. We collect recyclable material. And one way you can help is by thinking of this in a different way. If I gave you a piece of metal and told you it was tin, you would treat it differently than I gave you a piece of metal and told you it was gold, right? Do you treat gold differently than tin? You don't know? You never had gold? What if you had a gold ring? You never had a gold ring. Well, maybe.
How about money?
If I gave you a piece of paper and I told you this is just a piece of paper, and then I gave you another piece of paper and said it's a $10 bill, would you treat the $10 bill different than another piece of paper?
If I gave it to Oakley, she would draw on it.
Well, a lot of people will treat money different than regular paper, and that's because money has a different value than regular paper.
But they're the same thing.
Sometimes they're the same thing. But what's important is that we think about it differently. That these are resources. This can, when you're finished with it, it's not trash. This can is a resource that can be reused over and over again. And when we can get folks thinking that it's not waste or trash, it is a resource, they'll treat it differently. They'll treat it better, and they won't just throw it on the street, throw it in the woods. And so you can help by teaching other people to think about trash differently. Think about it as a resource. Can you do that? Good.